when they reminisce over you, my God.
Rhymes helped launch one of the most popular rap groups in the 90s.
Fife, me in a nutshell, he's my brother.
I rebuild, reconnect, we disrupt when we define and raw skill. I redefine,
I'm just gonna start off by just saying I really miss my brother. Like, I miss him so much.
Yo, microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the one that's got family. No need to sweat Arsenio to gain some type of fame. No shame in my game, cause I always be the same. Styles upon styles is what I have. You wanna just to fight for, but you still don't know the half. I sport New Balance sneakers to avoid a narrow path. Messing around with this against the size of the... I never have stuff, cause I'm not a half-stepper. Drink a lot of soda, so they call me Dr. Pepper.
Go like what?
Like.
Go ahead, like what?
like that. How did it sound like that?
Like what, honey?
Like it said it was me and you. I heard you. And me. And it didn't sound like me though.
I started him off with poetry because while I was in school, my undergraduate studies was in theater. So a lot of times I would have him in the theater with me because lots of rehearsals. And he would just play his belly out. And I would say, okay, Malik, stop now and write something. You can't just play all day. Then one year, and I don't remember how old he was, maybe 8, and I said, it's my birthday, where's my present? And he said, Mom, I don't have any money. And I said, yeah, but you could write me a poem. He went in and he wrote a poem, and when he brought it to me, he said I was so excited. I was excited, but I don't remember all the details. And he said he went that night when he took a shower, he was like, this is something I could do.
In our house, I was getting rid of the weeds in the back of the house, getting ready to plant corn. And I saw a notebook, and I called him, and I said, Malik, is this your notebook? And he said, no, it's not mine. I said, Malik, it's your handwriting. Is this yours? Then he confessed and said yes. And I said, what's all this stuff? Is this homework for your school? He said, no, Dad, these are called rhymes.
We used to have block parties. We used to break dance. There'd be a little circle or cipher and everybody, and Malik would just watch, bob his head, or, you know, Malik was always thinking, always having something. We'd go anywhere, walking anywhere, this is what I was writing down, or this is what I'm thinking, or he was very good at just off the top of his head, just spitting, and I'm like, you know, how do you do that?
We were on the school bus and he made a rhyme about a girl that was on the bus. Okay, this was real nice. She was even laughing and smiling because nobody expected that, you know, and it rhymed and it sounded good, it was relevant. I was like, okay, he can rhyme.
He was about 15, he told me, Mom, I want to do hip hop. We had a rule in my home when his father was there too. You had to work or be in school. And if you don't want to do both things, you can't live here. It was hard to say that, but that's what I come from. And so he came home and he told me, you know, I don't want to be in school. I want to go and do my music. He said, and I'm signing with Tribe Called Quest, and we're going to Europe, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Check it. Well, everybody out your seats and off of the wall. It's the Phife Dawg on Arsenio Hall. Kick your rhymes, kick your beats, just strictly for the street. And if it's Burger King, well then I suggest you eat a little hip-hop up the tip on the top of the dome. Make the sucker MCs wanna go home. Whether you're from that place or whether you're from this place, I'm straight from New York, but Atlanta is my main place. Check out the style as I kick it like whatever. My rhyme style is ill, plus my brothers is quite clever. So check it how I kick it one time for your mind. Rug Daddy crew coming through. Yo, check the rhymes.
When we first got together, we really didn't discuss too much everyone's responsibilities. We had multiple positions covered, But there wasn't really a discussion of like, you know, oh, this is what you're gonna do. It's just we all came together and we fit in wherever we could.
I'm Ali Shaheed Muhammad from A Tribe Called Quest, and I'm the sound provider of the group.
I'm Jerobi, seldom seen and never heard.
Hi, I'm Q-Tip. I'm an Aries. I'm a sick puppy.
I'm Phife, and I rhyme along with him.
When we were doing the early demos, it was me going to Ollie's crib in Brooklyn doing that. And me always telling, yo, Phife, come on. Phife, come on. Phife, come on. Skip to years later. Phife, come on. You know, it was like, that was always the thing with me and him. That was always the dynamic, me trying to get him to come.
The way he constructed his music, the way he constructed his lyrics, his approach, was he didn't really settle. If he were ever called on the fact that maybe it seems like he was settling, he wouldn't be adverse to that, and then he would go and make it better. So when he made his real appearance, which was the Low End Theory, it was the belief of him and wanting him to be okay in life.
Back in the days on the boulevard of Linden, we used to kick routines and the presence was fitting. It was I, the abstract.
And me, the 5-footer.
What?
I kicked the mask down, so up off the Frankfurter.
Yo, Phife, you remember that routine that we used to make spiffy like Mr. Clean?
A tidbit, astringent. I don't get the message, so you got to run the business.
Your point being...
He knew how to just bring everything together. And even if he had things that were his personal relationships with either women or other artists, and everything of who he was in his rhymes, and he didn't care about talking about it.
He laid it out there. You know, he was completely open, and he just seemed like that guy, like you can, I get you. I can totally relate to where you coming from. It would make it so that he was very approachable.
Let's check it out.
Check what out? Yo, check this out.
Yo, microphone check 1, 2. What is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business.
We ran into a mother of a child. Are you Phife from A Tribe Called Quest? My daughter is gonna go crazy when she sees or hears that you're here. So she went and got her daughter, and as her daughter was walking up, she noticed who he was, and she instantly started crying, and she became really emotional because she couldn't believe that she met someone that she had admired through music. She met that person personally, so she was really, really emotional and just excited that she met him, and we were just kind of looking at each other. I'm like, she doing all this for you?
What's up? It's your man Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest. Look out for my next album, Muddy Morphosis, Volume 1, Cheryl's Big Son. And right now, what we on, Mom? I forgot already.
You couldn't tell him he wasn't 6'5", 230 pounds. You couldn't. You could not. His wealth of knowledge in the realm of sports, collegiate football, basketball, even baseball to a certain extent, he was like, I used to call him Rain Man. Like, he would blurt out random stats from like 19 whenever and just knew it like it was nothing, and would let you know he knew it, you know? His inflection in his voice, his diction, very authoritative. And it would almost make you not want to argue with him because you knew he probably had 6 other facts to back up the first fact.
Him being downstairs watching the teams play, whether it's a national or a playoff game, and then if they do something like throw an interception, he'll throw the remote at the TV or at the ground, and just him really being very passionate about that.
For college basketball, it was the Carolina Tar Heels. Once we bought this home, he wanted to have a room more so like a man cave, like you're in the arena in Carolina.
He would leave music in a heartbeat to land any job in sports, whether it was, you know, local broadcasting, you know, field broadcasting. When music soured for him as far as, you know, the hardships he went through with the breakup of the group, I think he always had sports. He always had sports.
I'm a big sports fanatic. I love sports even more than music. And I have my own sports network that I'm working on, podcasts, interviews, things of that nature, you know what I mean? So if you on my Instagram, I am the Phife or Phife Sports Network, you're gonna see a little bit of everything on there pertaining to sports. You know what I mean? So right now it's the NFL playoffs, and the NFL is like the greatest sport right now. I mean, I'm more of a basketball dude,
But football is important to me because you only play once a week. So when you play 1 week, you're looking forward to the next game the next week because every game counts. You know what I mean? So if you look on my Instagram, you see a bunch of stuff about the upcoming playoffs. Steelers and Patriots and Steelers and Broncos about to play. Patriots and Chiefs about to play. Seahawks and Panthers, and it's going down. It's going to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to see who's going to be in the Super Bowl at the beginning of February, which is in the Bay Area, so I'm going to the game. Yeah. Unless the Patriots make it, I'm not going. I don't want to see them again. I'm tired.
No Patriots for you?
I'm tired, man.
Dilla Dawg. Had a dream about you, fam.
You've always been very open with your health struggles and putting a positive sign that when you called yourself a funky diabetic, that, gave other people who might have had that affliction not to feel ashamed of it.
I have to tell you that Malik has diabetes. They figured it was juvenile type 1, the same that I had. And I just burst out crying.
He needed to change his eating habits. He needed to exercise. And there were times where he kind of felt sad and like, why me? Just having a positive spirit, I think helped. You're still working, you're still traveling, you're still here at the end of the day.
It had to come first. We had to take that into consideration when planning trips. He would go to the clinic visits like nobody's business. The next day go and perform, and he never wanted anybody to feel sorry for him, or he never said, hey, I went to the clinic, give me a break. It was never that, That wasn't anything that anybody had to see or know. You just have to plan a little more than the average artist would have to plan, So at times it was tedious, at times it was frustrating, but at the end of the day, once we got out there and he was doing his job, he was happiest on stage. So anything we could do, within reason and, with planning to get him on stage, he was always all for that. He loved his family, he loved being home, but there were those times he needed the exhale on stage, if you will.
He's the one who gave the title to their last album. We got it from here, thank you for your service. I asked God, it's like, what is he trying to say? Even the guys in the Tribe Called Quest is like, what does he mean by it? And then, as far as I'm concerned, this is what it means to me. Maybe not to anybody else. He flipped the script, so to speak. And where he had Q-Tip, Ali, and Jerobi saying to him, thank you for your service. We got it from here. Because he knew his time on earth was short. I really believe that. He was going through a pain, I really believe, that we didn't experience because he's going through it, not us. So he is saying goodbye, where they are telling him, we got it from here, thank you for your service. That's his message to tell them that, listen, I'm ready to transition. I gotta go.
They had to refuel, reactivate, to reemerge, reevaluate, recalculate. Bitch, I return, redefine, re-energize, get reacquainted. Rhythm Kids Incorporated, roots, we made it. The undefeated, unblemished, underrated, unfiltered, unafraid, unaffected, undaunted, unabashed, the undeniable, untouchable, unstoppable, unusual, underdog, unsurpassed, unyielding, unsupportive. Fuck you and your feelings, unrelenting, unscathed, uncontrollable, unpleasant one. Follow with me, feeling is mutual. Ha! And that's just me in a nutshell.
Mark Airman standing by with more on this and the impact with Triple Team Traffic. Mark.
Yeah, this rush hour coming with more hits than the Braves or the Yankees. Fred, we're on an award tour with Mark McKay, my man, going each and every place with Traffic Tracker 2 in his hand. Now, Mark McKay, are things ludicrously speedy or infectious with the slow-mo?
Infectious with the slow-mo currently.
85 is stacked and packed now, heading into Midtown Atlanta. Fred with a crash south of 400. Tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram.
With your indulgence, I rise to say, microphone check 1, 2. What is this? It's Senator Leroy Comrie with some Southeast Queens business.
Mike was a good dude from this neighborhood right here.
It's not just a Queens thing because he was from Queens. It's a world thing. The world is hurting today because, Phife and the Tribe Called Quest impacted the whole entire world.
initiate. What? And that's just me in a nutshell. Nutshell, nutshell, nutshell. Ha! Phife Dawg in a nutshell. New York finest in a nutshell. Yeah. Who's that? 5 for the system. One up for the Phife. 1,000. Give me the microphone. It seems like it's my turn again. When's the last time you heard of Trini Gladiator?
You already know, man. Cigar Rob, man. My man Phife, to me in a nutshell. The streets.